Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenna and I'm a Cameroonian content creator. I'm based in Douala, Cameroon. But yeah guys, I'm still in Boya. I'm still at my in-laws place. So I was like, what other time is a good time to talk about in-laws? So yeah guys, making a video here is always very difficult because it's a full house and it's a lot, but I was like, I want to do this video before I go to Douala. I'll be talking about in-laws, common in-law problems and how you can handle it. Okay, so if you like to hear what I have to say, keep watching. Okay, like I said, I'll be talking about common in-law problems and how to deal with it. We all know one of the hugest problems a lot of people complain about when they get married is, oh, my in-laws are like this, my in-laws are like that, it's not easy, I'm struggling with this. And I always say it, I find it really offensive that I go online and I see a lot of things about, oh, if you're getting married, you have to act like this towards your in-laws, but you always find it really difficult to see a lot of videos talking about in-laws should receive their new wife or new husband like this, you should treat your in-law like this and all that. So yeah, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Like I said, we're going to be talking about common problems a lot of people face with their in-laws and how I think you can solve it. Like I always say, I am no marriage specialist. I'm just telling you from my experience, from people I talk with, how they deal with issues, because yeah, it works. So it worked for some people, so you might just try it. Sometimes there's no harm trying, especially if it's nothing bad. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to talk about is the controlling in-law. Those in-laws who want to control, oh, you're doing this today, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how you're supposed to do this, you cannot do things without telling me. They're trying to control you, or they're trying to control your spouse. They're just trying to be in control of everything. Basically, those parents who do not understand, or those adults who do not understand that, okay, my kids are now grown, they can do their own thing, they have a right to do things the way they want to do it. That's the first one. It's always very difficult, and this is when I always say, please, if you want to get married, you have to have one, or show that you're an adult. That's the first thing. You have to have already made them to understand that I am an adult, I can make my decisions on my own. You cannot leave your home to come and control my own home and things like that. I'm not saying that you should not listen to advice. It's different when somebody is advising you and when somebody is controlling you. When someone is controlling you, it's the person is basically telling you that, see, Kenna, this is how they do this thing, this is how you are going to do this thing. But if somebody is advising you, the person is like, see, Kenna, this is how I think you can do this thing. And if you don't take their advice, they don't take it personal. So if you have someone who is telling you, do this thing and this is how they do it and you must do it this way, those are the people I'm talking about. I feel like in a case like this, it's kind of sensitive, because if you want to dig deep in it, I'll tell you to dig deep to understand why the person feels like they have to control you. Sometimes if you want to dig deep in it, you always see that, oh, maybe the mom or the parents that is doing that is probably feeling like, oh, you have come and taken away their child and you want to be the one to start telling them what to do. So you have to talk to your partner about it. If you dig deeper, you see like this is the reason, because this person is scared, like, oh, I'm no longer going to have control of this person's life, which is first of all not healthy. You're not supposed to have control over anybody's life. But if you see like that's the person's fear, you want to talk about it with your partner and tell your partner that I've noticed that this is what your mother or your father does. They're trying to control her every move. So I feel like we need to handle this. You need to talk to them and make them understand that you are now an adult. Okay, you need to talk to them. You want to talk with your partner so that people are on the same level, because it can be really frustrating if you're married to somebody and then the parents are controlling the person. Now the person is probably not even realizing like, oh, my mom is being controlling, my dad is being controlling. The person just sees it like, no, they're just being loving and they're just there. It's going to cause a lot of risk. So you have to have an honest discussion with your partner and tell your partner that it's not supposed to be like this. The fact that this person is your mom, she's not supposed to tell me that this is how they do this thing and I must do it that way. It's true. They see further than us. They are more intelligent than us, but that doesn't mean that you should come and you want me to do things only the way you want. And if you have a partner that has sense, going through this will be easy. Also, sometimes when you just get married, it takes a lot of time. You have to be very diplomatic. Marriage is like politics. You have to be very diplomatic. You have to know how to handle these things, know how to make the person not to feel like your opinion does not matter, we don't care. Because some girls, when something like this happens, their first reaction is to fight back. But I feel like fighting back just aggravates the thing. So you have to be very diplomatic. Talk to your partner about it. See if your partner is talking to them, or you can, even if you see that your partner doesn't have the balls or doesn't have the heart to go up to their parents and talk to them, you can as well have a talk with the parents. And if their parents that have sense, they'll basically understand. Just have a very respectful chat. Talk with them and be like, ma, please, oh, you see that every time when you ask me to do something and I don't do it, you get upset. I don't feel like it's supposed to be like that, because we are also adults. We also know what we want. We also have our own vision. We also know how we want our things to go. So each time you do that, it makes me really uncomfortable, and sometimes I feel like I don't even want to tell you my things anymore, because each time I tell you, you react like this. So I feel like we should not do it, you get. So that is the first. So the next one is rude, unfriendly in-laws. You will get married, like these are some of the things that I had to deal with. Okay, when you get married, you notice, like in life, not everybody can like you, and it's not because you did anything to hurt them or you were rude to them, or some people would not just like you. Some people would just look at you from the get-go and judge you and feel like, oh, this person is rude, this person is proud, this person is this. They don't even give you the chance. So it might be difficult for you to just walk in that kind of environment, especially if you're walking into that kind of environment and almost everybody in a family seems unfriendly, they're rude, they ignore you. You could even hear them bad-mouthing you to other people in the family. You could even hear them comparing you to your husbands, ex-girlfriends and things like that. And like, better than Dima, when she used to come here, she used to pamper us, but this one you have come now, you cannot, and all those type of things. Sometimes they'll say those things to intentionally hurt you. Again, I'll tell you to still talk to your partner, because sometimes things like this will be happening and you could be resenting your partner, and you're like, but how can my husband not be, isn't my husband seeing that these people are saying these things to me? Sometimes when we are with our family, we tend to be blind to certain things that they do. We're already used to it. For example, my mom could be a big bad mouther, like she bad mouths people, like she just talks anyhow to people, and for me, I'm already used to it, so I don't see any problem with it. When she talks like that to me or to people in my family, we all just laugh at it and we move on. But someone who comes into my family might be like, Jesus, why is she so negative? Why is she talking like that? The person might feel affected by what she's doing. So it is left for you to tell your partner, please, when I've heard your sister saying this, I've heard your brother saying this about me, it makes me really uncomfortable, I don't like it, so that he can be the one to go and address it with them. If it was something that maybe they were doing without knowing, they're going to stop it. But if it was something they were doing intentional, they will definitely be happy that it's getting to you, but he would have already made them know that you don't like it. After talking to your partner, you can as well go ahead and talk to them. When somebody says something that you don't like, rather than just sit and swallow it, don't say anything about it, I'll tell you to talk to them. If somebody says something that you don't like and you know that that thing is going to affect you, it's going to make you angry, tell them then, please don't talk like that to me, don't say that to me, don't say those things when I'm around. I do not like it, I do not find it funny. Maybe that's how you talk, but I do not find it funny. If you talk to them, you've spoken to your partner, you speak to them, and you still notice that these people are still doing that same thing, it's easy. Keep your distance. I say it here all the time, I'm all about loving from afar. Everybody must not love you. If you notice that some people do not love you, it doesn't mean that you're beefing them or anything. You just keep your distance. You see them only when necessary. You don't have to don't put yourself in a position where you're constantly in their faces to give them satisfaction of saying things that they know it's going to hurt you. So yeah, that is it for rude and unfriendly in-laws. Sometimes you can even go ahead and be like, and talk to them like, I'm having a vibe like you don't like me, like you're not happy that I'm here, like what, did I do anything wrong? Okay, because some people, like I said, can be mean sometimes without even noticing that they're mean, and then they don't even understand that it's not everybody that can take them like that, you get. So maybe just talking to them, the person can realize that, oh my god, that's not what I want. I don't want you to feel as if I'll be rude or mean towards you or being unfriendly. Though majority of the time, I can tell you they are actually aware of what they're doing. There are some in-laws that want to be part of everything. They feel bad, like, oh, so you did this thing, you did not tell me. You did this one, you did not tell me. You did that one, you did not tell me. You went and did this thing, you did not tell me. It's almost like they want you to be telling them every day, oh, you see, I bought this new pot in my house, I did this one, I did that one. When you don't inform them, they start feeling like, oh my god, why are you not doing it? I feel hurt. Sometimes it can be like, so sweet, but when it gets too much, sometimes it's annoying because you're constantly explaining, you're constantly saying you're sorry. It could be something simple like, okay, for example, I do my kids little birthday somethings in the house every year. Even if we're not making a party, we celebrate just us in the house. You could have an in-law who feels offended, like, so you make party for house, you do not call me. I'm like, no, it was just the kids in the house, and then I saw the neighbors and I was like, oh, neighbors, you should just come and sit and let's do something. And the person, your mother-in-law or your father-in-law, starts feeling bad, your sister-in-law,
so you did something and you did not call me, you did something and you did not tell me. Why did you not tell me that you were doing this? Why did you not tell me that you were buying a land?
Almost like the person wants to be part of every single thing in your life, but you just have to set boundaries to make the person to understand. All these things, it's always about talking. Some people will understand you when you talk, some people will not understand you, and it's fine. But you just want to talk to them, because sometimes you even decide not to tell people these things because you don't want to even inconvenience them. It's not that big, it's not that big of a deal. It's just something small. For the big things will involve you, but things that are basic, it's okay. You don't, I don't really have to tell you. So you just want to have a conversation with the person and make them to understand that, see, it's not everything that I'll tell you. if I want to tell you, I'll tell you, but there are some things that I'll not tell you, and you have to learn to be okay with that, you get, because some things I feel like it's my privacy. I don't want my husband to tell you, or I don't want to tell you, and you have to be okay with it, you get. Another one is those in-laws who do not respect your privacy. They do not respect your personal space and just things like that. Some in-laws will just feel like, oh, I can just get up and just pop into your house. I can come to your house at any time because I am your in-law. I have the right to do whatever thing I want to do whenever I want to do. This is my brother's house, this is my son's house, this is my cousin's house. I can come as I please. I'm not going to call, I'm not going to inform you. I'll just come unannounced. That's a problem. Some of them are even living with you and they are snooping. They want to know everything that is happening. They want to know, they want to basically carry gist. There are certain things happening in your house that you're not even ready for the rest of the family to know about, but these particular people in your life, these particular people who probably live with you, they carry everything and they're telling people, like, they're basically just spreading your privacy. They don't understand that you need privacy. They don't know that there's a line. There are certain things that even if you're seeing, it's not in your place to go and start telling your mother. Like if you're staying with your brother and something happens in his house, let him go and tell his mother. You're not the one to go and tell. So this can be really, really crazy. See, for me to avoid this type of drama, I just decided nobody's staying in my house permanently. That was a decision. Nobody will stay in our house permanently. You can come and visit and you go. It's okay. Nobody's going to come and stay permanently till infinity to infinity, because it's just going to cause unnecessary drama and you start dealing with some unnecessary things. I could just sit and I'm joking with my husband about his mother, for example, and it's an inside joke and we just laugh about it, but the family member that is there might not take it that way. The family member might be like, oh my god, she insulted our mother, and he's laughing. Oh, you see, so it's still all about boundaries. Like getting married, I always believe that when you're getting married, you should set a lot of boundaries. A lot of girls just feel like the best way to handle all these problems is to be small.
Them, I fire them, I shout at them, so they don't even talk to me anyhow, because they know that if they say one, I say 15. If they do this, I do this.
And for me, that really does not solve the situation. Everybody just looks at you like, oh, that my brother a trouble woman. Everybody be afraid though. But I don't feel like they get to respect you like that. You could still be very firm when they say something that you don't like. Tell them, I don't like this thing, please let's not repeat itself. I respect you like an adult, but please don't do it anymore. Another problem that people face is like your in-laws are undermining you. Like they see you like, oh, because you're married to our child, you have to be doing all the odd jobs. I have people who tell me things like, oh, I'm married, but because I'm married, if I go to my in-laws house, there are people there younger than me. But my mother-in-law start telling me things like, you have to dry clean the floor, you have to do this. Like, you just because you're married, they think that it's okay for them to disrespect you. Like, oh, even though there are younger people in the house who can do these things, you got married in our family, so we can treat you like that. In that case, you just tell them, please, there are younger people in this house, they can do that. Like, tell your mother-in-law or tell whoever is trying to treat you that way, just tell them that, please, I respect you a lot, I really do respect you as an adult, as a mother, but please, you should also respect me. I feel like respect is supposed to be reciprocated. You cannot be asking me to do these things just because you feel like I'm married to your child or I'm married to your brother and I can do anything. Like, I'm supposed to be doing all the odd jobs in the house because, oh, she married to her child, so we did her a favor getting married to her. You have to make them to know that you also have your own authority. They have to respect you, and if they expect you to respect them, they too have to respect you. Guys, when I was filming this, when I was editing this video, I just realized that I forgot one really important point, and it's dealing with entitled in-laws. Oh my god, I don't even know how to go around this one because we can talk from now till tomorrow, obviously. So having entitled in-laws is just those in-laws who feel like, oh, you're married to my brother, so everything that you're enjoying is my brother's thing, so I can do as I please, I can come to his house as I please, I can use anything, I can treat you anyhow, I can do anything because this is my brother's house. You know those people, this is my brother's house people. These ones really piss me off. Like, if they see you having a good time, if they see you looking good, they're like, ah, you're doing all that because my brother is giving you money, you're looking nice because of my brother's money, you're doing everything. Seems to be like, oh, you're this person suffering somewhere and their brother just came and saved your life. Even if their brother saved your life, I don't see a problem with that. Their brother came and saved you from poverty and suffering, so they can treat you anyhow, they can talk to you anyhow. They feel like if, for example, your husband wants to take you and your children like a priority, they start complaining and they're like, no, you have to first of all help your mother to do this and do that, and oh, you have to pay my school fees first, you have to give our mother money for feeding first, you have to do everything before you take care of your own family, because we are the family that matters more than your family. Those ones. On this part, I feel like you always have to talk. You have to really put your husband down and talk to him, especially if your husband, because I know a lot of women who go out there and tell you that they are really stressing when it comes to their husband spending, because some men tend to use a lot more money on their extended family than their actual family. Some women who have complained that their partners don't take care of their children at home and all that. They prefer to take care of their extended family because they feel like they owe the extended family. So you want to sit down and talk to your partner and explain that you people are his priority. He has to understand that this one, even if it means that you have to go with him to a counselor or to go to church, so that they should just explain it better so that he can understand. I'm one of those people, I say all the time, I really do not have any problem if my husband gives 10 million, 50 million to his extended family. I have no problem. But before you're doing that, just ensure that your family has everything they need. They are not lacking. I'm not talking about extravagant, but just ensure that your family has all the things that they need before you're going out. There's our common in-law problems that we face and how I feel like you can solve it. From what I said, you understand that majority of the time it's about communicating. Like I said, I understand there are certain situations that you communicate with people and they keep doing the same thing. There are certain situations that you talk nicely to them and they still do the same thing, or they act like they're not listening to you or all that. But it's always good to first of all be very polite, talk very nicely to make them to understand, so that when you are going mad, nobody will have a chance to say, oh, she was rude to me, oh, she did this, oh, she did that. No, I was nice to you, I respected you as an adult, but you kept disrespecting me, so I decided to play the way you were playing. Because like I said, it's not necessary that all the time you're always ready. Like there are some people who their in-laws are not even thinking like that. You get, like, they're not even thinking like, I'm going to hurt you, I'm going to do this. But because of so many horrible in-law stories that they have heard, a girl just comes with a lot of fire. I'm going to fight everybody. Somebody just says something like a joke to you and you're just like, no, don't joke like that with me. You're constantly struggling to fight because you came into that family with the fight mentality. I've said many times, if you're getting married, it's always good to be open. Be open, try to get to know people for who they are. Don't get into a marriage just thinking, oh, my mother told me that in-laws are bad, I should pepper them, so I'll be peppering them. No, go and get to know them. If you might be lucky to get married to people who are really nice and they are not like what you thought in-laws are supposed to be. So yes guys, that is it for this video. Are there other in-law problems that you might be facing or that you know of? Let's talk more in the comment section. Do you feel like the way I said you can handle these issues, do you feel like it makes sense, or do you are just like, oh my god, can I first shift? What are you talking about? Is that the way they handle in-laws? You have to handle in-laws fire by fire. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching today's video. If you have watched and you have reached this part, you know you're my MVP. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 8,000. I'm so excited. I'll be excited like this till the end of the year. Let's see if we can get to 10k by the end of this year. I'll be very happy. Like, hey, the day I reach 10k, I didn't know what I'll say. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this video, and Kenna is going to see you on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.